Hello, I am Scrapping Orca. I'm a scrapbooker from Sweden, and today I wanted to show you this cute triangle starfold card. It's a bit of a challenge. I've seen a lot of ways to do this card. This might be the easiest way, I think. All the measurements are in both inch and centimeters, so you can do whatever you prefer. So why don't you just watch my video and see how I made this. So let's start doing this starfold card or triangle starfold card. So I've cut myself a piece of cardstock, and the measurements on this one is 10 3/8 times 12 inch or 26 centimeters times 30 centimeters. So it's almost like a regular cardstock. If you're using centimeters, you have to cut off like half centimeters. But other than that, it's just take a cardstock. So with this card base, I'm gonna measure out. I'm gonna turn it around so I have the long side up, and we're gonna make a triangle. And I'm gonna make a mark on the long side over here. And I'm gonna make a mark at 6 inch or at 15 centimeters, which is the middle. And so 6 inch, that's like that. So a teeny tiny mark. Yeah. Let's take out this baby. So we're gonna cut from the mark that we made down to the corner in each of the corners. So from the mark down here, from the mark and down here. So I'm gonna put this into my little machine, and it should fit, but in this version I can move this one. That's really helpful in this case. So the mark is up here. Turn the paper so I got the corner down at the bottom, like that. And I never cut from a corner because the corner is gonna break, so the corner is not gonna get sharp. So always cut to the corner. So there's one. I'm gonna take this again, take the mark up here, down to the corner at the bottom, do the same thing again, like that. And now I got a corner up here, so I'll start from the somewhere in the card up, and now I can go down again. Now we got ourselves a triangle. So this is the piece that we're gonna score on. Let's do some scoring. And we're gonna score each of the points the same way. But I realized I've done these cards a few times now because the measurements always seems to get a bit crooked or wrong. So I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna give you a tip on how to fix if you accidentally measure wrong, so you don't have to throw away a lot of paper, because no one likes to throw away paper. Okay, so let's just start this. So we're gonna score this 2 times, 2 times and 2 times. We're gonna score this at 5 1/8 and or 13 centimeters. So 5 1/8. Oopsie daisy. Stay where you are. 5 1/8. So, and then next score is at 7 or at 17.5. So, turn it around, take another point. So 5 1/8 or 13 centimeters. Wow, can you see here? You see the lines cross? They're not supposed to do that. So how do we fix this? Because this is gonna mess up the whole card. So you just simply, okay, so I have to score this a quarter bigger. This doesn't appear to happen when you're using this metric system, so just keep doing the metric system. This only happens, maybe I've got the bigger measurements wrong or something, but since I didn't score this so hard, I'm just gonna move this so I score this at 5 1/4. So now you can see this goes edge to edge, and this is gonna make the card real great. But I'm not gonna do anything about this one, so I'm gonna score this at 7. Oh, that's 17.5. So turn it around. See if I'm going up. So over here I have to adjust because I can see with the corner here, if I go straight up, I go up to 5 1/4. So 5 1/4 down here. So, and that's 13 centimeters for you with the metric system, and 7 and 17.5. So this happens when you try to translate from inch to centimeters or the other way around. Sometimes the measurements is not the exact same. You can't just translate it because it's so teeny tiny differences. But if that happens to you, you could just, in this case, the scoring lines are supposed to create another triangle inside. Then you do it, fake it till you make it. So you just move the scoring line 1/4 inch upwards. So then you see the scoring lines measure up. So you can fix if the scoring lines are a bit off. They're not wrong, but it's so hard to translate centimeters to inch or the other way around. So when you do this card, first score, don't score too hard because you might have to adjust. The scoring lines, and that's go with centimeters also. So I hope you follow how to make an adjustment. In this particular case, you have to make 2 scoring lines 1/4 inch bigger. And that could happen with centimeters also. So that is one thing that you could do. So now let's fold the card. So let's fold this inwards, and you want the point outwards. And you do the same thing with all 3. Like that. And like that. Yeah. So let's just decorate this card. For the decorations, I've cut myself 6 pieces of these. These are supposed to go here. And we know that the measurements on here is smaller than 2 inches, or smaller than 4, like 4.5 centimeters. So I cut these. These are 1 5/8, and they should go. So let's suit them, and then I'm gonna put them on. But it's a crooked angle. How do you do that? I'm gonna show you. Okay, so I got this piece, and I want it here. Looks like it's gonna fit pretty well, don't you think? So First, I turn the card upside down. I take out my pen. I draw a little line. Oops, oopsie daisy. We want this the way we want it, so it's straight. Turn it upside down. Draw a line like that and cut off the line. That's so easy. But what to do with the other side? Yeah. So now we got one side that has the right angle, like that. But the other angle is kind of hard to get. So I take out my ruler, hold the card, the design paper where I want it, put the ruler about where I want it, where I want the edge to be, and I can align it up with the cardstock in the base, with the card base, so I see it's kind of straight. And then I draw a line, and then I cut it, and now it's gonna fit. So I do that with all pieces, and I'm gonna do this 6 times because it's 3 on this side and 3 on the other side. So yeah, so let's just do that. And the reason why I measure on each piece is since I had to adjust the card a bit, the paper might not be exactly the same sizes. So I do this with each piece. So now I'll cut out the pieces. So let's just mount them. And it might be a good idea to mount them at the same time when you cut them, because then you know you'll get the right piece on the right side. So let's just mount this. I mounted all the pieces. Looks great. Black and red is always right if you ask me. So let's do the tops. So the easiest way, I think, is to measure with your ruler from the scoring line here up to the tip of the point of the triangle. And in this case it is like almost 3.5, so I would say that I would cut like 3 1/4. I'm gonna measure all of these to make sure. Yeah, so I'm gonna take same paper, cut 3 1/4, just a piece, and then I'm gonna take out my ruler and my pencil again. So on this case I'm just gonna cut 3 triangles. You can decorate both sides if you want, but I am not gonna do that with this card. So start with cutting just a straight rectangle that has the measurements from the scoring line up here minus the piece that you want to have the mat. Here's the piece, and now I'm just gonna turn this around, and it's quite easy to see with the scoring line here where I want the paper. So I'm gonna stay so I have a piece here, which makes it easier for me to see where the corners are. So I start with just making a line like this. Then I cut off that piece. You could use a scissor or your cutting machine, that's up to you. So now I got a nice sharp point. Turn the card around. Now I got the angle right on this side, and then I do the exact same thing that I did on these. I take out my ruler, place the piece of the paper where I want it, I'm gonna put the ruler onto the paper. Make sure I got the corner up here so that's a nice point. And then I'm just gonna draw a line and I'm gonna cut off that. And then I got myself a perfect triangle. And make sure you cut inside of the line, because you know the ruler and the pencil doesn't meet the exact. So, like that. Pretty simple. And it's a great way when the angle of the paper or the card you're making is not straight. So the ruler, and use the card that you're actually making. That makes it so much easier. So I'm gonna do 3 of these, and then I'm gonna sit them, and then I'm gonna put them on. So now we decorated the card. Let's try to fold it. So start with one side, take the next one, it might be a bit tricky, and you fold this one because this corner is supposed to go underneath here. You might have to use some force, and here's your card. You can put something on the back if you like. I'm not gonna do that, but I think I'm gonna put like something here and maybe something inside the card. Finally done. I've decorated the card, put a star here. I put some embossing, heat embossing on, and I put 3 blings over here because I want to know which of these triangles is supposed to be on the top. And then I just open the card, and I have a Merry Christmas that I actually remembered to stamp before mounting it on the card. I did 2 of these the exact same, and here are those. And this one says God Jul, and if you've seen my videos before, you know that means Merry Christmas. Same fold, different paper, and on this one also same fold, different paper, and on this I did some heat embossing with some glitter embossing powder. Very, very nice and not too hard, at least when you know how to fix the issue with the measurements. So I really like this fold. It was a friend of mine who asked me to do one, so I did one, and I had some struggles with it, but I think we are on the same page now. Yeah. So the card that I did today is called a star fold card or a triangle star fold card. Not to mix up with the one that I did a few weeks ago. I really hope that you like this video. I hope that you subscribe. I hope that you keep coming back and watch my other videos and tutorials. If you have any suggestions what you think that I should do, please leave a comment, and I want to say thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Take care. Bye.